Hello everybody, ProtoFoxy here, coming back at you with another video. Today we've got the Transformers War for Cybertron Netflix trilogy, blah 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 blah. That whole Netflix line is what it is. We've got the Netflix edition of Elita-1. So here you can see we got Elita-1 here. She is a redeco, slight remold of the War for Cybertron Earthrise Rc, and I refuse to say Earthrise / Kingdom because it's the same damn toy. We're not going to acknowledge that. It's just they basically threw Earthrise Rc into a Kingdom box, but that's neither here nor there. Speaking of boxes, let's go ahead and take a look at that beautiful Netflix packaging, because I gotta say I do like the Netflix packaging. We got War for Cybertron trilogy, Transformers, Elita-1. Very, very striking artwork of Elita-1. Stuff on the bottom, stuff on the top. That beautiful Earthrise artwork there. Holy crap, I love it, and I'm not getting that all in the shot there. You see it says a Netflix original series. Just that artwork itself is just so good, and then just the way it's done in the black, white, and red there, it's just so striking. I love it. I love the artwork. And we've got Elita-1 on the back of the package. You know, stuff, and you can basically see how it's going to work, just like it did with RC. I'm just trying to straighten out this camera here, because, hey, straighten out the camera. Let's try and look a little professional here and not like a novice YouTube chump. But anyway, here we got Elita-1. And you'll notice she is a Cybertronian looking car. You'll also notice there's not anything really dynamic going on with this car mode, because Elita-1, much like Earthrise Rc, is a shell former. So we see the back here, wide open. We got parts hanging out. We flip under. Wonder how everything's going to work out here. This is going to be a quick transformation in the video, isn't it? And this is why this mold and RC and Elita-1 are so very maligned, because it is a shell former in the year 2021. We haven't had shell formers since, do we count RAD Sideburn? Do we count him as a shell former? Possibly. So 2001, and that's being generous, but mostly during the Beast era in like 96. That's the last time we had shell formers, and this, as far as being a shell former goes, is a massive cop-out. It's so bad. I mean, as far as the character and the toy go, I mean, I just, the way they copped out on making this a shell former is so bad. But anyway, we'll save that for the transformation or lack thereof. We'll go ahead and bring in Earthrise Rc, and as you can see, very minute differences here. Little bit of sculpting here on the front, where the white section is there for the paint on RC. It's done a little different. The front end's molded a little different for what would be the headlights for Elita-1. Just different sections on the car, really. Most of it's identical, but you got different things like these panel lines here and these vents here. There's small differences. Otherwise, it's fairly... Focus, camera, please focus. There we go. Focus. Virtually the same. And again, you know, obviously you can see the different robot modes. Anywho, but let's go ahead and get this down to the very minimal transformation. So for transformation, this is going to be incredibly simple. We go up here like this. We see she's folded in. We're going to go ahead and remove her handgun. I'm going to go ahead and fold that piece down. Now, I'm not even really going to go through explaining the whole thing. You're watching me do this. This is fairly simple. Now, the one thing I will mention with Elita-1, unlike RC, where it seems like her parts are molded plastic, this is all painted, it looks like. Be careful, because that means these thigh rotation mushroom pegs here are very tight. But anyway, alright, so we got the majority of the work done already. So what we're going to do here is we're going to separate that section there. That section popped off. I was not expecting that, actually. Let me pop that back in so we can continue on with the transformation as if... Now, of course, you're not going to do what I want you to do now. Alright. Because I don't normally actually take off the whole sled piece here. So I like to keep it on there just so I can keep track of it. Give me 1 second, folks. Give me 1 second. There we go. Sort of, maybe. Yeah, see that? Tab does not like to stay in. Alright, so there we go. Okay, so we continue on. Alright, so we pop that loose. If it comes undone, just put it back in. If you want to keep the pack on. If not, you can remove it off to the side. I don't like to do the whole little sled thing. I don't like it. So that's that. Now we're there. We saw the 2 side panels fold in, and then these panels folded in. So here, let me highlight it again, because oh my goodness, you're gonna miss out on everything. And side panel collapses in, folds in, and we take the whole rest of this assembly here, slide it on down. And as we're doing that, this part is a little fiddly, where you got to fold these wheels in, and especially on Elita-1 for some reason, it's just fiddly. Anyway, boom. These tabs here go into those slots on the fender, you can see. And are we done with the backpack? We are done with the backpack, and we are done with the transformation. We have Elita-1 in robot mode, and hang on, let me get it to where she can stand up straight for me, because believe it or not, even with ginormo backpack on Elita-1, she is incredibly stable, very stable indeed. But yeah, there is Elita-1, backpack and all. We saw that whole process, and I actually spent more time fiddling and folding around with stuff as it was coming apart, as opposed to actually just getting it done in a robot mode, because I did RC off camera, and it literally took me 30 seconds. So anyway, detail. Look at that face. Elita-1's face is amazing. I mean, the detail on the toy itself and the mold changes are really done really well. Paint job's done really well. I mean, she just looks good. I just wish we could have incorporated this backpack into these body parts, but we got the extra long heels to accommodate standing up straight. Articulation. Head is on a ball joint, but again, a lot of this plastic has been painted over, so it's very stiff. Particularly on my copy of the toy, be very careful, because sometimes with stiff paint causes the joints to rub up against things and even separate and break, so that's not good. But anyway, you got a little bit up, down. You saw me rotate her head. Arm 360s when you work it around the backpack. Elbows over 90 degrees. Bicep. Waist. Got ball joint in the hips. Kick back that far. Kick forward that far. Can't do the full splits. Thigh rotation, we saw due to transformation, and again, like I said, be careful, that is painted, and that makes that joint a whole lot tighter. Knee articulation, and due to transformation, that's a very deep knee bend, and you got segmented sections here, so you can get some pretty dynamic ranges out of that. And again, we've got ankle tiltage, so let's get her stood up. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna give her a handgun, and we've got Elita-1 all armed up, good to go. And we'll go ahead and bring RC back in for comparisons, and there's actually quite a bit to compare here, because the molds have a lot of differences. Obviously, the head sculpt's different. The whole torso section's different. Heck, a whole upper body from the torso to the shoulders. The waist section is molded differently. It shares thigh. Oh my God, focus. It shares in the thighs, the knees, the calves, and the feet. But otherwise, pretty well changed up for the mold there. But not difficult, considering that this is not a very difficult mold, obviously, to retool and mess around with anyway. But yeah, and as you can see, the Backpack Sisters here. Sorry, bad joke. The Backpack Sisters here. How they square up together. Again, massive backpack and all. But you see her there, they are stable as all anything, and that is because these pontoon boat heel feet deals that she's got going on. But other than that, I digress. I've been yakking on 10 minutes about Elita-1 being kind of ridiculous here, and she toy wise is definitely a bit ridiculous. I love the character. I love the fact that I own a version of the character. I missed out on Power of the Prime's Elita-1. I feel like this actually fits kind of the character's aesthetic a bit more than the remolded Starscream from Power of the Primes. I mean, it definitely had her looking a bit more powerful for that, and the whole combiner thing worked out pretty neat. But this just, to me, with the exception of the backpack, is definitely a more Elita-1 looking Elita-1. Definitely accurate to the Netflix animation model, so that's definitely cool. But yeah, that's Elita-1. Take her or leave her. I'm actually glad I got this. I laugh at the design because it's just utterly ridiculous. It's so bad. The fact that we've got a shell former of this magnitude in 2021 is completely ridiculous. But I can't complain. It's Elita-1. I like Elita-1. I do dig the toy. Because I do like ridiculous Transformers. One of my favorites from Armada is actually Armada Sideswipe, and that's considered one of the worst toys ever made for Transformers, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, I digress. I like her. You seen her in the video, you make a judgment call. You like her, pick her up. You like the character, pick her up. For some odd reason, if you think this is actually a great toy, pick her up. I mean, action figure-wise, if she didn't have any of the backpack, it'd be a great action figure. I mean, definitely well-articulated, definitely posable, very expressive, this and that. Same thing with RC, but as a Transformer, pretty bad. Buy it if you need an Elita-1. Buy it if you like Elita-1. I like Elita-1. I like the character. I like the design, minus the ginormo backpack, and that's it. Justify your purchase however you feel you need to justify it. If you don't like what you see here, you can easily pass it up. All that being said, thanks for stopping by, checking out the video. Hopefully you liked the video. If you did, maybe leave it a like. If you left it a like, maybe shoot a subscribe my way. I would greatly appreciate it. And I leave you all with this. Wash your hands, wear your masks, whether you're vaxxed or not, to protect you and your fellow human being, and be kind to those fellow human beings, and I will see you in the next video.